The Feast of Saint Matthias, May 14th. Saint Matthias, Apostle chosen to love and witness. This reflection is prepared by Father Abe Francis, pastor at St. Jude Church, Grand Rapids, Michigan, USA. Birth and background. Saint Matthias, though not one of the original 12 apostles, holds a unique and honored place in the Apostolic College. According to early Christian tradition, Matthias was born in Bethlehem and was of Jewish heritage. While the exact date of his birth is unknown, he was likely born around the same time as Jesus. Matthias was well versed in the Jewish scriptures and was already a devoted follower of Christ from the beginning of Jesus' public ministry. His call to discipleship. Matthias was part of a larger group of disciples who accompanied Jesus from his baptism by John the Baptist to his ascension. He listened to Jesus' teachings, witnessed his miracles, and saw him after his resurrection. Though not part of the original 12, Matthias remained a committed and faithful disciple throughout Jesus' earthly mission. His quiet, humble discipleship prepared him for a moment that would change his life and the church forever. His choice by lot. After Judas Iscariot's tragic betrayal and death, the early church faced a significant void. The 12 apostles symbolized the fullness of Israel, the 12 tribes, and this number needed to be restored. During a gathering of about 120 believers, as recorded in Acts 1:15-17, 20-26, Peter proposed choosing a replacement. The criteria were clear. The new apostle had to be someone who had accompanied Jesus throughout his ministry and had witnessed the resurrection. 2 men were proposed: Joseph, called Barsabbas, also known as Justus, and Matthias. After praying to the Lord for guidance, "You, Lord, who know the hearts of all, show us which one of these two you have chosen," they cast lots, an ancient form of discerning God's will. The lot fell to Matthias, and he was added to the 11 apostles. This moment is not merely an administrative decision. It reveals the church's early reliance on prayer, discernment, and openness to the Spirit. The use of lots, seen in the Old Testament as a legitimate way to discern God's will, ended here. Pentecost would usher in a new era of the Spirit guiding the church more directly. His apostolic mission and accomplishments. Though the Acts of the Apostles does not mention Matthias again after his election, early church tradition fills in parts of his story. It is said that Matthias preached the gospel in Judea, Cappadocia, modern-day Turkey, and possibly Ethiopia. He faced opposition and hardship but remained steadfast in his mission to make Christ known through love, service, and the proclamation of the resurrection. Tradition holds that Matthias died a martyr's death, either by stoning in Jerusalem or by crucifixion in the region of Colchis, modern-day Georgia. His relics are believed to rest in the Abbey of St. Matthias in Trier, Germany. The Gospel reading, John 15:9-17. The Gospel chosen for this feast gives us a spiritual portrait of Matthias. "As the Father has loved me, so have I loved you. Remain in my love. This is my commandment. Love one another as I love you." Though Matthias is not named in this Gospel passage, it describes the very life he lived. He remained in Jesus' love by keeping his commandments and bore fruit by going out to proclaim that love to the world. He was not merely a follower, he was a friend of Jesus, chosen and appointed to bear lasting fruit. Lessons from his life. 1. God chooses the faithful. Matthias was chosen not because of a great miracle or public fame, but because of his consistent fidelity. God sees the heart. 2. The church listens to the Spirit. In times of uncertainty, the early church responded with prayer, community discernment, and trust in God's providence. 3. Respond with love. Like Matthias, we are called not to react out of fear, anger, or despair, but to respond with the love of Christ. 4. Obscure but essential. Though rarely mentioned, Matthias fulfilled a vital role. Many of us may live quiet, unrecognized lives, but every faithful witness matters. A profound question for meditation. If Jesus were to choose again today, would my quiet witness, my faithful discipleship, my love of neighbor and obedience to his word make me worthy of being called his apostle? Let us ask St. Matthias to help us remain steadfast in our commitment to Christ, even when the path is hidden or difficult. St. Matthias, pray for us. May we, like you, bear witness to the love of Christ not only with our words but with our lives.